Hey, what is up, everybody? It is me, Witchy Poo, and I want to apologize for not getting a lot of videos out lately. For one, I'm now working extra hours at my job, so I'm not getting home till almost 8 p.m. at not well, almost 8:30 to 9, and have to get something to eat and get back to bed because I have to wake up early, really early in the morning. So I need at least get my 8 hours in. At least try. so, um, so today's video is actually going to be about the Conjuring House drama because a lot of stuff has now came to light. If you have checked my other videos out, you saw about Jacqueline Newmans getting pulled over for DUI and thinking she is untouchable. Now she's going to have to realize she's not untouchable. She can be, things do happen. And she's got to realize that she's got to hold her actions accountable from now on. No matter what, you know, doesn't matter if she has a mental issue or not. You still got to be held accountable for the things that you do. Um, but this video is about what's going on with the Conjuring House itself. Well, at this point, Jacqueline Newmars has now lost the license to be renewed for a whole new year for her entertainment license. And I am going to show you the video of the meeting of that house, meeting of the Burville community about the licensing. And after that, I'm going to also show you the broadcast after that. So, as I said, please be very wary of. I'm still trying. Okay. Take 4. Hey, what is up, everybody? It is me, Witchy Poo. I want to apologize for not getting a lot of videos out lately. One is because I am now working extra hours at my job, and I'm not getting home to almost 8:30 to 9. So that means I have to quickly eat and get to bed because I have to wake up very early in the morning to get to my job again. So that is why a lot of my videos are not out right now. So now with this video, I am, as you saw in the title, it is about the leasing, the license of the Conjuring House is not has not been renewed completely. And I'm going to show you the video of the committee discussing about her license. So now let's get to that. Okay, so here's the council. Um, I had cut it down to because they do a lot of stuff before they get to the Conjuring House itself. So I just didn't want you to go through all that. Because what's more important is what is being said about the Conjuring House itself. So this is their meeting notes. Um, at the beginning, they're going to state off a whole bunch of people who's renewing their licenses, and once they get through that, then they will automatically will start talking about the Bellfire, the Conjuring House. So let's continue. Let me get my headphones on so we can all hear together. All right, let's begin.
D, annual entertainment license, consider an act on a motion to grant an annual entertainment license under the provisions of Rhode Island General Law, subsection 5.22, to the following for a period beginning December 1st, 2024 and ending November 30th, 2025. 1. Balefire LLC doing business as The Conjuring House. 2. Bliss Kevin doing business as Crystal Lake Tavern. 3. Bravo Brewing Company doing business as Bravo Brewing Company. 4. Burrable Town Hub doing business as Spring Lake Beach Snack Bar.
I
5.
just
Deb's
said they're
Tavern
going to go through a
LLC
lot of this,
doing business as
so
Deb's
it
Tavern.
won't take
EK
too long.
Carpenter Inc. doing business as Elaners. Eldridge Tavern LLC doing business as Basco Cafe. 8, Chical Inc., doing business as Bella. 9, James Davidge Inc., doing business as Britz's Cafe. 10, Mapleville Farm LLC, doing business as Mapleville Farm. 11, Mark Murphy Inc., doing business as George's Pizza. 12, patrons of the Assembly Theater. 13, Red Squadron Group LLC, doing business as Waterfall Cafe. 14, Samami Enterprise LLC, doing business as Thai Wok Pasco Streets. Street Foods. 15, Toadies Inc., doing business as Toadies Cafe. 16, Virginia Sandala, doing business as Grace Knot Farm. 17, Uncle Ronnie's Fine Catering Inc., doing business as Uncle Ronnie's Tavern. 18, Wallem Lake Rod and Gun Club Inc., doing business as Wallem Lake Rod and Gun Club. 19, Western Hotel Pub, doing business as the Western Hotel. 20, Wrights Farm Corp., doing business as Wrights Farm.
Motion to remove item number 1, Balefire LLC, doing business as a
go.
Conjuring House for the same reasons as we just removed Mapleville Farm.
And number 10, Mapleville Farms.
Mapleville Farms on here.
Oh, didn't see that.
Would you like to add Mapleville Farms to your
1
motion,
and
Mr. Chairman?
10, Mapleville Farms LLC, doing business as Mapleville.
All right, now there's another question. Eldridge, Eldridge was delinquent on some of what he needed for Paso Cafe. Does this,
But he's,
does
yeah,
that affect this as well?
No, he's up to date, right?
He's all set with that?
This is,
It was the good standing.
yeah,
Good standing?
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
He had one outstanding item, but we approved.
We've issued licenses.
Yeah, he was approved for the BV, you know, subject to providing the tardy information and.
It's only one item.
Yeah,
Same thing for the balance of these.
yeah.
Right.
So we have a motion, I'm sorry, the motion was made by Mr. Trink, seconded by Mr. Batalon to remove Balefire and Mapleville Farm from this list. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, at this point, I'll entertain a motion to grant the annual entertainment licenses to all on the list except for Balefire LLC and Mapleville Farm LLC.
As long as all stipulations are met.
Provided all stipulations met, of course, yeah. We have a motion made by the Vice President, second from Mr. Hool. All those in favor?
Okay, now they're going to get to the point of reason why they're not going to renew her license. So, well, about the licensing itself, if they're going to renew it or not. So let's continue.
All right, we'll take up Balefire first.
Here we go. Here we
Anything from
go.
administration? Anything from administration or the police on this before we?
Mapleville Farm is the same as before, so it's staying after.
Well, the colonel is here to talk if you have any questions. Quite frankly, there's too many problems on site. Things have sort of gotten out of hand down there. I mean, it's unfortunate because it's a great business for the town in the past, great notoriety for the town in the past. I think that the
Which is very unfortunate for this community. The Conjuring House has brought in a lot of revenue for them, and now with all of this is going on, they just don't want to be known for all the drama that's going on at the Conjuring House at this point. So let's continue on.
particulars need to be addressed before you consider giving them a license going forward. They will be able to operate to the end of the month with the existing license, but
Also, you know, Jacqueline Numaz was not here for this meeting. I don't know why, but she was not there. I kind of wish she was, because I really wanted to hear her side and what she was planning on saying. So let's continue on.
things like not having insurance, police approvals, fire marshal problems, and generally speaking, there's been a number of back and forths in the community with the owner and people who use the facility, the neighbors. I think that they need to get their ducks in a row and their act together before you issue them a license going forward.
I think that's putting it politely. Mr. Vice President, you have a question?
That was
Well, it's our
polite.
responsibility to protect the public and also the employees of the facility, and evidently she's not responsible for that, so.
As of just coming in here, do we have any update on the DVR approval?
Yes, that's been, they've gotten their, it's not DVR, it's Department of Labor and Training, DLT.
I knew the other deal, I thought DVR was involved, but no.
DVR 's not
Okay.
DVR.
It's DLT, but there is a hearing on November 26th.
Yes, that's to do whether they're gonna get paid, they're gonna have to pay fines and penalties for not having the workers' comp insurance.
Mr. Bailey.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to get on the record since this will be my last licensing meeting ever. I said this last year, and I'm going to say this again this year. From what I understand, this is the only license we've ever approved in town that's a 24-hour license. We don't approve that for any other business. Since I've been on the council, we reduced the hours for Dunkin' Donuts based on the recommendation from the colonel. And I don't see us ever approving a 24-hour license for any type of operation, be it, fishing, hunting, whatever it is. It's just not something that we do. So, my denial on top of everything stated here, I'm denying it based on the fact that I don't think we should be issuing 24-hour licenses in a residential area in town. Thank you.
Noted. Thank you, Mr. Bailey. Anybody else?
I mean, I would just note that we did get a letter in opposition from someone in the area as well, just, you know.
Anyone else? Anything further, Colonel, from you?
No, I think the manager covered it succinctly. My concern is relative to what I would best say is erratic behavior
Agreed.
from the applicant, not only members of the police department, but members of the town administration. I haven't seen any signs that there's a path to get past that. So, we went over the stipulations as far as having staff on site with the overnight aspect of that. And so the staff issues are also prominent in this case.
Which is true. I mean, she's terminating people left and right almost in a lot of ways and not getting paid for it, or they quitting because they're not getting paid, or she is accusing them of stealing stuff, stealing money that the spirits told her that they're doing. So, I mean, I think that's a lot of reason a lot of the staff will not stay. So, and weary about their own safety with her. At least some of them. Not from what I've also heard that there's a lot of people who are not. So, and this is just my opinion at this point. So, let's continue on about the licensing.
Anybody else? At this time, I'll entertain a motion to deny the license to Bail File LLC.
Let's let the short-termers call this one.
Made by Mr. Bailey, to deny the license, seconded by Mr. Trink. Yeah. All those in favor? Aye.
Wow, that was quick. All of them, not in the hesitation of saying, well, let me, because I think they have to say if there's anyone going to say nay.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Move on to Mapleville Farm.
Okay, so that ends about the Conjuring House. And as you can see, they had denied her license at this point. So I'm going to take this off for a minute. So yeah, they completely had denied her. There was no hesitation in anybody on that panel. And they all agree that she has to basically fix a lot of codes. One was the fire department, because if she was going to have people staying there, I wish they kind of talked a little bit more about that one, but they didn't. But basically, if she was going to have people staying in the home, she has to have water sprinklers in the house. I don't know about that. I understand if they had, the fire extinguishers in a lot of the rooms. I could see that. But because I know a lot of places I stay at, a lot of them don't have water sprinklers working either. So, but who do stay the night there. It's just a basic house. So you really, in my opinion, I don't really think you really need the sprinklers. But at least if you have fire extinguishers throughout the house, maybe that will still get passed. But the other problem was the engineering. The engineer who came in and inspected the house said there was a lot of structural issues with the house. So all that's got to get fixed as well. So, hold on one second. I'm going to bring this bigger. Okay. As I said, as you can see, as the engineering says, there is a lot of structural issues. So all that is got to get fixed anyways. So she has a year to get everything in compliance. And that's also, she's got to figure out, one, get the staffing together. And one, as long as she is no longer in control of the house, basically. Either she's going to have to give the house over or not. Now, the next section I'm going to show you is, the one question I did have, I never thought about it, and because I know she has people, groups of people camping on her land, and I always wondered, don't you need, since you're going to have so many people camping, shouldn't you have a license in Rhode Island to have people camping on your land? So I'm going to shrink this up, and I'm going to show you what I have found. If I can shrink this. Okay. As you can see, right here, do you need a license for camping on your property in Rhode Island? And it says, yes, you need a license to operate a campground in Rhode Island. And technically, she is doing a campground. She has different areas where people are camping, and people also in one section where they're all camping together. So yes, she is having basically a campground. So yes, she needs a license. She needs a seasonal recreational facility license required annually for the seasonal tourists. Covenant reactional. I can't see. I don't have my glasses on. That's good. My reading. These are my reading glasses. Required annually for seasonal tourist accommodation in recreational facilities, including camping areas and recreational. I know you guys know what I'm saying. Campgrounds. Licensing for recreational vehicles in parks required for every recreational vehicle parked on the campground. License for day in and residence camps required for day in resident camps. Licenses are not transferable and must be displayed. In addition to a license, you may need to apply a special use permit if you are planning to use a state beach, park, or campground. You should apply for a special use permit online at least 30 days in advance of your intended use. Most special event permits require certificate and general liability insurance. So yes, you need insurance for having all those people camping there. I'm surprised they didn't, realize. I don't know if she even has insurance for that, or license for that, because as it says, it also need a general liability insurance, unless she got that underneath something, the insurance under the land and something. I don't know. So if people get hurt, at least she has insurance for that. And I'm surprised they didn't bring that up. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the news coverage on what has happened. So I'm going to put on my headphones so we can all, hear everything. So let's.
First at 10 from the Target 12 investigators, the Conjuring House controversy. The historic home has been under scrutiny for months, and tonight the Burrillville Town Council
This is very true.
Not to renew an entertainment license for the paranormal home. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Montecalvo.
And I'm
Sorry, guys. I guess I'm lagging a little bit.
and Heggie. Target 12 investigator Sarah Granelli was at tonight's meeting and has more. Sarah?
A group of neighbors and former employees of the
First,
Okay, so now here is the video of Target 12 News in Rhode Island that was covering the entertainment license. So let's begin.
First at 10 from the Target 12 investigators, the Conjuring House controversy. The historic home has been under scrutiny for months, and tonight the Burrillville Town Council voted not to renew an entertainment license for the paranormal home. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Montecalvo.
And I'm Shannon Heggie. Target 12 investigator Sarah Grinelli was at tonight's meeting and has more. Sarah?
A group of neighbors and former employees of the Conjuring House came to Town Hall on Monday. They say they're happy with the Town Council's decision to reject the entertainment license for the famous home.
All those in favor? Aye.
The Burrillville Town Council unanimously voted Monday night to not renew the
As you can see before, of all the conversation that they had about the license. So let's continue on. Sorry.
entertainment license for the Conjuring House. It has hosted guests from all over the world in search of paranormal activity.
I think maybe the fact that she's trying to take advantage of the spirits for financial gain might be the reason. I just don't think it's something that you should try to cash in on.
Don Sullivan has owned a home across the street for 5 years. He says he believes the council made the right decision, since the property attracts people at all hours of the night, and the homeowner, Jacqueline Nunez, recently was arrested for allegedly driving under the influence.
I'm all over the Conjuring House,
which prompted his family to put up these signs.
It's challenging. There's a lot of interest in the place. There's a lot of traffic. I've had my son almost be hit outside.
Here's the application for the entertainment license. The fire marshal and the police chief rejected the application. At the meeting, Colonel Stephen Lynch said he was concerned for the overnight staff.
When the license was denied, I can't say I didn't feel relieved.
In addition to neighbors, former employees,
which is kind of cool. You can see even Jason Haas was there, as well as the former employees, and they all were, as you heard from Centoria, I mean, she wasn't pleased, but she was pleased at the same time. So, which was kind of really nice that they were there to see what was going to happen to the property. So let's continue on.
Employees of the Conjuring House showed up at the meeting wearing t-shirts supporting the home on Round Top Road, but they say not the current business.
More than anything, I hope that one day all of us get the chance to be back at the house. I don't think it's going to happen under the current owner, sadly, but one day we have hope that we'll be able to go back and interact with the spirits there again.
Jason Hawes, who starred in Sci-Fi's hit series Ghost Hunter, says he and his family have been threatened and harassed by Nunez for months. While Nunez has previously told Target 12 she believes people are trying to take her and the Conjuring House down.
Now, Ms. Nunez claims that we're trying to take the Conjuring House from her. I want nothing to do with the Conjuring House. I don't want to buy the Conjuring House. I had the chance in the beginning, and I chose not to.
For Sullivan, he says he'd like to see the town take it over.
I would love to see the town own it, the Burrillville Land Trust. In the end, I believe there's a lot of people who are trying to take advantage of the property. And I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing to do.
A town councilor tells me that Nunez's entertainment license will expire by December. He says that she will be able to resubmit for her entertainment license next year. In Burrillville, Sarah Grinelli, 12 News.
Okay, so there you have it, folks. And as you can see, yeah, Jason Haas never wanted the place, and that even from the beginning, he never wanted it. And people keep thinking that he wants to buy the place. And you gotta understand, he doesn't want it. And everybody's hoping to, whoever takes over the house will do it justice. Even if, as the one gentleman stated, if the historical committee can take it over, that would be great. And maybe don't know as for ghost hunting, but at least for people who can have tours on the land and stuff like that, because of its historic of its history. So but will Jacqueline Nunez let it go? She said in a lot of ways that she will never give it up, even over her, as I said, she has stated over her dead body. It's not going to happen. She will never give up that property. She will not give up at all. Also, it's just a shame. I just feel sorry for this home itself. But for, as I said stately before, to get this house back to where it was once before is one, Jacqueline Nunez has to let go of the house completely. And it doesn't. People think, oh, what if she just get a property manager to take care of the house? The problem is, in my opinion, it's not going to happen. Jacqueline Nunez will find a way to go to that home and go off about something and start kicking people out. Even if she is stated she is no longer allowed on the property, she'll find a way to get back on that property because she still owns it. And she can do what she wants. And then end up firing that manager. Because the spirits probably would have, in my opinion, had told her that person was stealing money. Because it happened the second time. And that was, I think she said they stole $30,000 or $60,000. I can't remember. We had to watch Bad to the Bone with a number 2, To the Bone. It states in there how much she was accused of stealing, even though she still loves the home. She doesn't say anything bad towards Jacqueline Nunez because I guess she does have a mental issue, but that's no excuse for the things that she has done. They still got to be held responsible for that. So I don't know. I think the only way for this home to go back to way it was is Nunez has to let go of the home completely. Someone else has to buy the home, buy the house and the land, and preserve it as a historical site, and find ways to keep the area safe from other people who are trying to come to see the Conjuring House. So even if they're, as they said, someone has to live on the site, even if they change it up, the employee who will stay there, to keep an eye on the property. Even if they get, I mean, there are some places that will get security guards during the night to case the area to make sure if like people are trying to like stop on the near the property, just saying no, there was no stopping. The security guard can say, you cannot stop here. I understand you want to see the house, but you must continue on. And if you do not, I can call the police. And people will respect that and leave. So I think hiring a security guard at night would be plausible, for things to happen, for the safety of the house, and go from there. And as the engineering has said, as I said before, they got to fix the structure of the house as well and update it. As a sprinkling system, I don't know, but there may be, things that they can, what if I put fire extinguishers in all the rooms? Would that be suffice? Because remember, this is also a home. Not many people are going to be staying the night here. So I don't know. That is what you have to take with the fire marshal himself, because I don't know about that area. What else needs to be licensing's got to be complete. Even if you do the camping, you got to remember you do need a license for that if people are going to camp on that land, if you have a lot of groups of people. But let me check on one other thing. Hold on a second. Okay. Here is from the Providence Journal about this was printed a day ago, and I think it actually has some comments from Jacqueline Nunez. So let's see. Let me get my reading glasses back on again so I can see. All right. Burnsville, the town council voted unanimously Monday afternoon to deny the renewal of the Conjuring House license to operate as a business over concerns about missing paperwork, approvals in the paranormal art attraction license renewed application, and erratic behavior on the owner's part. Quite frankly, there is too many problems on the site, Town Manager Michael C. Wood told the council before the vote at 4 p.m. meeting. It's unfortunate because it was a great business for the town in the past. They need to get their act together before you issue them a license, which is true. Jacqueline Nunez needs to get her act together. She needs to stop being whatever she's trying to be. Sorry about that. But it is ridiculous, the things that she has done. Let's continue on. My concern is relative to what I would best say is erratic behavior from the applicant, Leach told the council. I haven't seen any signs that there is a path to get past that. Which is true, because it's basically up to Jacqueline Nunez of what she's going to do about her mental stability at this point. Will she get help or not? That's the question, in my opinion. What does she plan on doing? Owner Jacqueline Nunez, who bought the house in 2022 and opened it for tours, overnight paranormal investigation, and other events, was not at Monday's meeting, which I stated. If she was there, she would have walked up to the podium and state why the Conjuring House should have their license. Okay. Local officials raised safety concerns about the Conjuring House. In his review of Nunez's application as police chief, Lynch recommended rejection. Fire Marshal Mike Dutel also recommended rejection in the light of the business has advertised that customers could sleep overnight in centuries-old home. Writing in the application file that the building lacks required sprinkling system and continued, building lacks required fire alarm systems. So, I mean, for an old house like that, that's a lot of money she's going to have to put out to get fixed in this home. Next, the building inspector, the engineer, Steve Denicourt, raised concerns about the structural integrity of the building's first floor. Oh boy. Writing in the file that the engineer should look at it and provide documentation that it is safe for the public. Also, the engineer hasn't gone in there yet, but the building inspector, yeah, they have, because once the building inspection looked at it and they're not agreeing to what it looks like, now an engineer has to go in and find out what it needs to be a functional house again. Like, are the walls down the basement, are they buckling? Are the poles that the house is sitting on, the foundation, is that still stable? From what I've heard, no. From some of the people who had visited the place, unfortunately. So, because some people have been hurt, from what I've heard, and that's just my opinion at this point. So, let's continue on. Because I don't know. Oops, sorry guys. I was just checking out there's probably just pictures of the house itself. So, let's continue on. What did the Conjuring House owner submit in her application? A I think Simply Strange, as I said, go to his YouTube channel. He has actually showed some what she has actually written in her licensing paper. It's ridiculous. I mean, completely ridiculous in it. So let's continue on. Numas, who told the Providence Journal this year that she has been committed for psychiatric care at local hospitals on 2 occasions, submitted a document titled Marie Numas, the person who has saved all humanity. She must think she is God, in my opinion, which she is not. She is not God. And no, she has not saved all humanity. I don't know what makes her think she saved all humanity. I really don't. But anyways, according to the file in the town clerk's office. And this is also ridiculous. I think every taxpayer wished this could happen, but unfortunately, no. I am no longer required to pay any taxes whatsoever. Because remember, she is God. God doesn't have to pay taxes, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. That she is God and taxes does not work around her. Probably also, as well as, who knows? I'm wondering, we'll talk about this, but let's finish this up and I'll give my one opinion. A couple things might happen. You would never beat me. You might deny me my license, but I will win in the end. Well, she only got till the end of November. And that's how she's gonna. Maybe that's how she's gonna win. Well, I got till November 30th, so go for it. And maybe next year I get everything fixed up the way you did. But it depends upon what she does within that year. And former Conjuring House staff attended the meeting, which we saw in the newscast. Close to a dozen former staff members of the Conjuring House attended the meeting, but did not address the council, which they really didn't. I think the only person who should address the council was Jacqueline Numas, which is doing a video over here, which I kind of wonder what that video is about. I wonder how old it was. Let me put that on pause. Maybe I'll play that and see what that's going on. Okay, the goal is she gets help and someone takes over the house that can take care of it, said Cody Disbian. I think they spelled his name wrong. Who was with the group. He suggested that some historical society, guess I'm having trouble speaking today, society or even a town would be better suited to managing the house. Numas faces a November 26th pre-hearing in a case where the state seeks to close the Conjuring House for lacking workers' compensation insurance, and which also Simply Strange Lenny has basically talked about that as well, and how much it's going to cost her, because she has not been paying since last year or May 22nd. I don't remember, but it's almost $1 million that she owes in the lacking of workers' compensation. She owes almost to $1 million, which she says she has the money, so we'll just have to see. And the question is, in my opinion, will she pay it? And that's the other question, because if she does not pay it, she can go to court for that as well. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one. And then on December 17th, court appearance on her DUI charge following her arrest by the Burrillville police on October 28th. And that is it there. So, as I said, let's see what this video is about. Let's get it from the beginning. Let me put my headphones. Oh, sorry. Let's pause this. Get the volume working. I didn't know the volume was off there. So I have a feeling it's just more her talking about the house itself. Let's see.
Hi, come on in. Hi, I'm Jacqueline Nunez. I'm the new owner of the Conjuring House. I just closed on it here at the end of May, and I stepped into a full book of business for 2022. And then in addition, we've expanded all sorts of offerings for the house. My goal in owning the Conjuring House is to provide as many different opportunities as possible for people to perhaps experience some authentic paranormal phenomena. The three most active, right, in the seance library, the middle bedroom, and then this room. We believe that this well continues to be a portal where energy will enter. This well room is a very common and popular area for paranormal investigators to conduct various experiments and use their devices to capture activity. So we are standing now in the seance room. This room, along with the library in there, are among the most active areas of the house. We have captured light orbs in here. We have captured books being thrown off the shelf in the library. This is also the room where Carolyn Perrin was sitting, where the seance was conducted, where she was thrown into the parlor area after an entity attached to her levitated a table, slammed it down, picked her up, and threw her into the next room. So we are now in the middle bedroom upstairs. This is a very active area of the house. There are a lot of beanbag chairs set up around here. Paranormal investigators like to spend a lot of time up here. When the Perrins lived here, this was April and Cindy's bedroom. So Oliver Richardson was the playmate of April Perrin. April Perrin was the youngest daughter of the Perrin family, and she would play with little Oliver all of the time. And he would come out from behind these doors, and he would play with her toys. She would leave them out for him to play with. And he is still around. He has been captured with EVPs saying, "Come find me," a few times. His footsteps have been captured, his giggling has been captured, and thermal images have also been captured of him peering out from behind a door.
Okay. So basically it's just when she first started the place out. So so there you guys go. Now, and a lot of this is my opinion, and stuff to the way Numas has been going is, I feel sorry for the home, as I said before. I do feel sorry for it. Unfortunately, people who has booked past November, I hope you get your money back. I really do. Because as you can see, so far Steve, who was there for the night, and you saw, if you go check out my videos on that, and as well as Simply Strange, he has also done, he actually got the main video on those. And so far, and she said she would refund him his money. And as at this point, no, he has not. He has not gotten his refund at all. And it's very frustrating for people like that. And I've heard, and I guess there were other people like that who were supposed to get their money refunded and has not happened. So, and if they said, well, I need to rebook it, it costs additional fees. Basically if the owner has canceled on them. So, and she has not refunded them for that. So, and now a lot of people who has booked past November, I hope all get their money back. And plus, the people who were handling the money, where they were holding the where they can do the where they send the money to. I think. Yeah, I think where they sent their money to. Lenny explains more about that, and they have stopped accepting any money for the Conjuring House at that point too. So how some people got paid, I don't know. How they paid to book any other places. And so now at this point, since she no longer has her business license, will she, and giving your comments down below, do you think that's going to stop her from having people come over and investigate the house? Will that stop her? I mean, she said this is not the end of her. So, and you cannot stop her. So, now will she, now, as I said, give me your comments down below. Tell me what you think. Will she still continue having people over at the house to investigate, even though she no longer has the license? And also, the people who did pay, do you think she's going to give back their money? And I guess thirdly, I mean, there's a lot of questions. What is going to happen to the home? What will she do to it? I mean, in her state of ability, will she do more harm towards the house till the next year when licensings come back up again? And as you have saw in the committee meeting, this was the first time they ever had a yearly license. They never really have ever done it before. They only do 6 months, and that's about it. So maybe she can try to do the 6 months one. Who knows? But at this point, she can't do anything because one, she has to fireproof the house, and she's got to have an engineer come into the house and find out what needs to be fixed on the property. And thirdly, as I showed you about the camping, she also's got to have a license for that. If she does not have a license for that, she cannot have people camping on the land. They can stay at the house, but they cannot do any type of camping. So she's got to get a license for that. And question, did she ever even had a license for camping? Which is a good question. Because I don't think, in all the videos I have seen, no one has ever brought that up. So I don't know. And I guess another question is, what's going on with her other business, Wonder Group? Does she still have a hold on to that one? Who knows? That was because that has never been brought up. Because Jacqueline Nunez has been known more for the Conjuring House, because she's always says, "I'm Jacqueline Marie Nunez, the owner of the Conjuring House," and constantly saying that every single time, even through her DUI. She even says that same thing. So give me your opinion, guys. What do you think? What do you think should happen to the home? Do you think, here's a good question. Since all of the stuff she has to pay for, and all the structural stuff she has to do, because some places, if you cannot afford to buy, to pay for a lot of stuff, and because she has to pay land tax, even if she completely owns a home, and she's got to pay, monthly, if she's paying monthly on the home, she cannot pay for that anymore because now she no longer has a business on that land anymore. No money is coming in. No revenue at all. Will it become on a foreclosure list, basically? Will she have to foreclose on the home? Because, I mean, if you looked, a lot of people who lost their homes due to foreclosures is because they can't pay on the home. They can't pay it. They can't pay any of their bills. They can't pay the monthly home bill. You know, property you have to pay on the loan that you put on the house. So, and that's just, in my opinion, a lot of people do lose their homes because of that. And I know Jacqueline Newman says she'll never give up the home. Not ever. But if circumstances come along, she probably will lose the home in foreclosure. At least that's my opinion. So, tell me what you think, guys. I didn't want this to be a very long video, and unfortunately it was. I just wanted to show you a lot of things in my thoughts, and I thought you would love to see the meeting notes on the council at that time. So at this point, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button down below, and definitely give me your comments. Let me know what you think is going to go, what's going to happen to the house, what you think might happen to Jacqueline Nunez at this point. Will she get her butt into gear and fix everything that's supposed to be fixed? Will she continue on her down spiral of her mental health? Who knows? Give me your opinions, your comments down below. And I said definitely go check out Simply Strange, because he does a lot more videos on about the Conjuring House, and I'm really thankful that, you know, the people who were at the meeting, for the previous employees as well as Jason, to hear what was going to go on. I think if they were going to approve it, I think they might have stand up and say, you know, may I please step forward the reasons why the Conjuring House should not get the license. But they probably didn't have to worry about that because they automatically all agreed to it, that the license should not happen. But they do hope that one day, hopefully within the year, that it might change hands, that they can hope for. That's all they can do is hope for it. And I bet you, in my opinion, I think Jacqueline Nunez is going to send him a lot of nasty texts. A lot of them. Because if she has saw the news about the Conjuring House and see Jason there, as well everybody who was previously employed at the Conjuring House, she's going to be sending a lot of threatening messages, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, but I have a feeling it's going to happen. Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think that she's going to send them nasty letters? So, at this point, I'm going to end the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the committee meeting about what has happened. And about the news and everything else. And as I said, definitely please give me your comments, and also check out all my other videos as well. I do a lot of ghost hunting, and a lot of them I do on my own, by myself. And that's the one thing I really wanted to do, was go to the Conjuring House by myself and investigate by myself. But unfortunately, that will never happen at this point, because now she can no longer do anything on that land at all. So, which is a shame. I kind of wish when Corey Hines and his wife was there, because they had a reasonable price. If I could have afforded, really could have afforded, that means I had to take a plane ride and get a rental and spend the night there and get a plane ticket back home, which is going to cost me as much as she is charging right now for the Conjuring House. Probably cost me that much just to see one place. And where if I was to spend that much money, I would have been able to see a little bit more places with that type of money. So at this point, Witchy Poo is signing off, and everybody have a great and wonderful day whenever you get to see this video. So goodbye, everyone.